A very good evening to you. It is exactly 9 p.m. on this 5th day of June 2024. Here are the stories making headlines tonight.
Tonight on The Insight, Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi reiterates government support for Raila'S Odinga's AUC job. President William RUTO hails Kenya as it joins International Vaccine Institution, boosting vaccine production. And Parliament passes supplementary budget to run government operations before debate and actualization of Finance Bill 2024.
Now, welcome to the program. Our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo, and Ian Kitani is my name. Remember, you can watch this bulletin live on our Facebook and YouTube pages at Lookuptv. We kickstart our bulletin now on Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi has affirmed the government's support for azimio leader Raila'S Odinga in his bid to become the AUC chairperson. In a joint briefing, Odinga said he is committed to enhancing trade across Africa and boosting the economy.
Mudavadi insists that time is ripe for the African continent's African Union Commission chairmanship of Kenyan origin, reiterating that based on the rotational nature, this is the opportune time for the East African region to nominate a candidate that will be backed fully on the 6th of August 2024, when candidates will have submitted their documentation for the prestigious position. The PCS says the government is behind Raila'S candidacy and is working tirelessly to ensure a definitive campaign strategy within the 6th month for the continent's 6 language-speaking AU member states.
On this, we have a visionary leader to fire up the African Union to greater levels. Let me laud our President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for fully endorsing the candidate.
The former Premier Raila'S Odinga, on his part, concurred with the endorsement by Kenya's government for the AUC chairmanship position, revealing having been briefed on the preparedness by the state towards clinching the post, as he expressed his appreciation for the support so far.
We exchanged notes on the state of the quest so far, that we are in this as Kenya and not as partisan political parties.
Raila, while delving into his suitability, reiterated of having previously and ably held a position of infrastructure and development for the African continent. Raila says he is committed to ensuring Africa, the poorest, though richest continent in the world in terms of resources, intends to change the paradox as he seeks to raise the intra-continent trade from the current 15%.
Also talking about the high-speed fiber optic network connecting all the African capitals. We're talking about open skies.
The duo insists Kenya believes in whole of AU strategic support to champion member states' rights through improved infrastructure development, free travel visas across the region, and regional development, among other issues, envisaging a greater African Union that has its member states at heart, with Raila hinting on the need for a single permit to trade across the continent, improved network transport as he seeks to make the Nile and other vessels navigable soon after his oath in office.
You need to get permission from Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Kinshasa, Lusaka, going down those sides. So all this is what is making inter-African trade difficult.
In less than 2 months, Raila Molo Odinga will be required to submit his documents for the AUC chairmanship in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, amongst other candidates. The government still insists Raila qualifies to be the AUC chairperson. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Thank you very much, Stanley Lugaria. Now, Kenya has formally joined the International Vaccine Institute as a member state. The ratification to the institute was marked by a ceremony at the agency's headquarters in Seoul, South Korea, where President William RUTO raised the Kenyan flag and stressed the nation's commitment to achieving self-reliance in vaccine production. RUTO further emphasized that the accession to IVI is crucial for strengthening the country's resolve to achieve self-sufficiency in vaccine production.
The raising of the Kenyan flag at the International Vaccine Institute signified Kenya officially joining the institute, a move President William Ruto hails as a step towards achieving self-reliance in vaccine production. The institute is a non-profit intergovernmental organization established in 1997 as an initiative of the United Nations Development Programme to make vaccines accessible and affordable for all. Speaking during the ceremony, President William Ruto emphasized the importance of joint efforts in disease prevention, lauding the partnership between Kenya and South Korea in matters of health.
Taking effective measures to prepare Kenya and Africa for future outbreaks, epidemics, pandemics, and other health emergencies by translating this commitment into tangible results. As Kenya graduates from dependency on donor support for the supply of routine vaccines to support primary immunization, the partnership and collaboration, whose successful culmination we are witnessing here today, will guarantee sustainable self-sufficiency in the supply of these commodities as we make our health provision in Kenya a truly bottom-up affair.
Ruto also called on African countries to improve its healthcare system in a bid to improve the delivery of health services across the continent.
Let us therefore use this milestone as a platform for launching a path into the future through exploration and discovery, and work together in the spirit of solidarity and partnership to build resilient health systems and ensure that the whole world is prepared for any health emergency in the near or distant future.
The head of state also hinted at efforts by African heads of state to focus on vaccine manufacturing.
Collective determination of Africa's leaders is in shaping the future of healthcare by establishing a resilient, equitable, and sustainable vaccine manufacturing ecosystem is now beyond doubt. And I promise, as I did when I was asked to champion the vaccine manufacture in our continent, that we are mobilizing resources, we are mobilizing support, both moral and financial, to make sure that Africa has the potential, the resources, and the investment to make sure that we are we provide a mechanism for ensuring that we sustainably have vaccine manufacture in our continent.
Now, the National Assembly has passed a second supplementary budget for the current financial year to avail funds for the government to run critical services. In the supplementary budget passed today, security, agriculture, education, sugar industry and flood disaster response teams have received enhanced funds to deliver services to Kenyans. Henry Tende tells us more.
With the process of preparing the budget for the financial year 2024-2025 ongoing, Parliament has passed the second supplementary budget for the remaining 1 month to avail funds for government to run its affairs. Several critical sectors have benefited from enhanced funds. The disaster response team has been given additional funds that will go into compensating and resettling flood victims.
Besides the government giving food ratios to those who are affected, that the government must move forward, Honorable Speaker, and get these people resettled to other more favorable land. Honorable Speaker, a place like Naivasha where there was a landslide, those families can no longer go back to those areas.
The education sector has also been enhanced with additional funds to help the government fund the new university funding model.
There are also some other sectors that we have deemed are important for enhancement, even as we come to the close of the financial year. Honorable Speaker, one of those areas is the education, where in this supplementary too, higher education is actually gaining 4 billion shillings. But Honorable Speaker, this is majorly appropriations in aid, because our universities have been able to collect much more A&A than was projected at the beginning of the financial year.
Another critical sector that has been funded is the sugar industry, with the government availing funds to pay debts owed to farmers before the lapse of the current financial year.
Honorable Speaker, there were some areas that were left out in the last budget cycle insofar as paying sugarcane farmers is concerned, and especially those who have supplied sugarcane in public sugar factories, Honorable Speaker. We have also input that balance in this supplementary so that the sugar farmers of this country can get their dues, Honorable Speaker, and especially the arrears that are due to them.
The lawmakers using the debate to call for responsibility and accountability in the use of allocated public funds.
Honorable Dindi Nyoro, Chairperson for Budget, I also want to ask Honorable Badi, as Chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, you have a responsibility to ensure that you not only take care of the resources that we have appropriated by ensuring that we don't lose the monies through corruption or misappropriation or carelessness or incompetence by public officers.
Tenda Nyula, Lookuptv.
2 robbery with violence suspects have been arraigned in a Limuru court over a carjacking incident. According to DCI investigations, John Kiago, one of the suspects, has been turned to a prosecution witness, while Isaiah Ndirango has been charged with stealing a lorry worth 4 million shillings in Rironi area. Martin Masharia with the details.
Car theft hailing from the constituencies of Limuru, Kabete and Kikuyu were brought before the bench at the Limuru Law Courts. The suspects, named John Kiago and Isaiah Ndirango, faces charges related to a string of car thefts in the area. The two appearing before Chief Magistrate Gerald Magori are facing charges of stealing a truck valued at 4 million shillings from Rironi village in Limuru constituency. However, Detective Joseph Oshiro of the DCI disclosed that John Kiago had turned into a prosecution witness during the investigation. Meanwhile, Isaiah Ndirango stood accused of the direct involvement in the thefts.
Ofisi ya kiongozi wa mashtaka na uamuzi katukiwa kwamba mshukiwa wa kwanza atashtakiwa, lakini wewe utachukuliwa kama mshahidi wa pande ya mashtaka. Kwa hivyo naomba hii faili ifungwe ndio mshukiwa wa kwanza aweze kusomewa mashtaka.
Presiding over the case, Chief Justice Gerald Magori read out the charges against Ndirango, accusing him of stealing a truck valued at 4 million shillings from Rironi village in Limuru constituency. However, Ndirango vehemently denied the charges and pleaded with the court to release him on bond.
County, otherwise than in the course of stealing, handled motor vehicle registration number KBD 028 belonging to Stephen Jenga, having reasons to believe it to be stolen property.
In response, Chief Magistrate Gerald Magori has granted Ndirango 1 million shillings bond, requiring a cash bill of 500,000 shillings and a surety. The case has been slated for formation on June 18, with the trial scheduled to commence on the 6th day of August.
The accused is admitted to a bond of 1 million shillings with one surety of similar amount, or a cash bill of 500,000 shillings. Hearing on 6th of August before this court, mentioned on 18th of June.
Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
Now, almost 2 years since the Kenya Kwanza government took office, the 22 cabinet secretaries have received both praise and criticism in equal measures, with President William Ruto reshuffling his cabinet in October last year. The big question tonight is, how do you rate the performance?
Today, in Your Opinion Matters, we ask Kenyans, who is the best performing CS in the country and why?
Kwa cabinet ya Dr. William Ruto, waziri yenye naweza payana credit kwake kulingana na vile anafanya kazi na anajituma na anaenda kwa ground ni Professor Kindiki. Amejaribu ku fight bandits and so far ni si mtu mwenye anakaa kwa ofisi. Anaenda mpaka kwa mashinani, unakuta kama kuna male kuna janga yako hapo.
Upande education at least uko a bit favored. Sababu saa hii mtu aoni hata watoto wakirandaranda huku, sababu education at least imekuwa considered. Kama saa hii kulingana na hii free food in school. Kitambo tulikuwa tunalipa 50 bob per lunch. Saa hii tunalipa 5 shillings.
Naona waziri mwenye anafanya kazi saa hizi ni Ababu na Mwamba. Kwa sababu saa hizi sports at least tunaweza ona kitu. Lakini hao wengine kama Linturi nafaa ende nyumbani.
Waziri wa education kidogo communication is there. Walimu wanakuwa updated what they need to do. When kuna calamities, wana receive circulars, actually what they are supposed to do on time, and then how they can handle different situations wanapata, because I'm also a board member in school.
Mimi ni waziri wa sports Babu na Mwamba. Ukiangalia saizi katika nchi yetu kimchezo kuna vile imeanza kuimarika. Ukiangalia kama saizi timu ya taifa imeenda kucheza huko Malawi, but kwa sababu hatuko na viwanja, lakini saizi vile tunaongea kuna mikakati imekwa ya kuimarisha viwanja kama 3-4 hivi zinaenda kutengenezwa.
Ngana na mimi waziri mwenye amejaribu tu kazi, although si vile tulikuwa tuna expect, ni Linturi, ni huyu wa security. Juu huyu at least kazi yake anajaribu kidogo, unaweza feel ka different kidogo. Kwa hizo sehemu kuna pandits, at least watoto wanaweza enda shule. Although hajafikia kiwango inatakikana, kati yetu ndio naona amejaribu kidogo.
Those are some of Kenyans' views on who is the best performing CS in the country. Most of them with different views. Beatrice Ndanu, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Now that story by Beatrice Ndanu takes us to first break. We'll be back in a moment with more news items on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
Sasa wewe ambao ungetaka kupika kahawa, ufike hapa. Leo ni siku yako.
This is a coffee grinder machine. So basically inasiaga tu kahawa. So ukishasiaga inafaa ijaze hii portafilter ambayo ni roughly 14 to 21 grams. So 14 to 21 grams ndio tunatumia hapa kutengeneza espresso itself. So from this unaweza tengeneza different types of coffee drinks. So with this one you can do a double cappuccino. Kwa hii espresso bado tunaweza tengeneza latte, tunaweza tengeneza mocha, tunaweza tengeneza aina nyingi sana kutoka kwa hii espresso. So mwanafunzi yule ambaye anaweza taka kujiunga nasi, tunafunza hapa, it's a 2 months course, so it's not miezi miwili peke yake.
Don't say that I didn't give you the knowledge. Yeah. The knowledge is being given by Charlie's farm. They are doing it practically.
Here we are training our farmers on how to do the rabbits as a profitable business. Because remember, in every selection of the animal rearing, you have to emphasize of the breeds. Do you know one thing about the rabbit? Watu wanasemanga rabbit yangu ilikula watoto, rabbit yangu ilikula nini? Do you know what makes a rabbit kukula watoto? Haujaweza kumshibisha yeye mwenyewe. Ndio akue sure ati watoto wake watakuwa salama. Wakati wanatoka tu hivi akakigonga chini, anaweka kwa tumbo. Kuliko watoto wake wateseke.
Umesikia? My brother, mnyama ama sungura wako, ama kuku wako, ama mnyama yoyote, akikula ashibe, anafaa kulala. Afai kuwa na kuangalia.
Thank you very much for staying with us. The business community and residents of Mururi Trading Center in Kirinyaga County have raised concerns over heaps of uncollected garbage posing significant health risks and negatively impacting their businesses. The residents who participated in a town cleanup to mark World Environment Day called on the National Environment Management Authority to intensify the crackdown on polythene bags, which have re-emerged in large numbers.
While commemorating the World Environment Day, residents and traders of Mururi in Kirinyaga joined hands in a cleanup campaign and highlighted the health hazards and disruption to their businesses caused by delayed garbage collection by county waste collectors.
Wakati wa kuchukua hii takataka kutoka kwa county government wanachukua muda kubwa, na kwa hivyo unapata hiyo takataka yote imetapakaa kwa manduka, imetapakaa kwa tunakaa hatuna usafi. Tunaomba kama watu wa biashara tuangaliwe usafi, tusikuje kugojeka.
Despite the efforts of cleaning staff, delays in garbage collection have hindered their business progress, with disease outbreaks being another major concern.
One of the things that we have realized, whenever the wastes have been swept by the concerned people, it is normally taken to the bins. And what normally happens, it takes time before it is collected.
They are now calling on the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, to enforce strict control against plastic bags, which are still a health hazard despite their ban.
As you can see, as we will be doing the cleanup, you'll be able to realize we have several plastic bags. We have even bottles. And we want to remind our country that the initial plan within the laws that enforces issues to do with plastic bags, we are here to support the restoration on that in terms of where we are supposed to be able to ban all uses of plastic bags and anything that is non-biodegradable.
Sonia Njiru, Lookuptv.
Now, at least 75,000 learners in West Pokot County are benefiting from the school nutrition program led by Governor Simeon Kechepin. The program aims at enhancing nutrition of pupils and improving their academic performances, as Stephanie Agegu now reports.
In an effort to prioritize education and improve the learning environment for students in West Pokot County, Governor Simon Kachapin has introduced the school nutrition program. In the venture, fortified porridge will be given to early childhood development education centers, benefiting 75,000 learners during term 2 and term 3 this year.
Vile wengine wamesema hii chakula itasaidia sana kwa mambo ya retention kwa watoto wale wadogo, tukijua sehemu kubwa yetu ya county ni sehemu ambaye sangine vyakula inakuwa chache. Unaona the national government wanapewa wazazi wao vyakula na sisi pia tunapeana wakati tuko nayo. Kwa hivyo hii uji itasaidia sana ku retain wale wanafunzi ama wale watoto wachanga wale hawangekosa kwenda shule kwa sababu ya kukosa chakula.
County Director of Early Childhood Development Education Joseph Tony-Iro has stressed the importance of parental and teacher involvement for the program's success.
Tunatarajia shule zote ipate mgao wao kulingana na vile wamegawa, na ningependa kuwasihi walimu wetu na washikadau wote ambao wako katika idara hii ya elimu, haswa kwa kitengo cha chekechea.
Tunashukuru our government county level kwa kutuonekania siku ya leo. Tunayo furaha na tunawashukuru. Yenye nangeweza tu kuchangia ni hivi, hii uji ni nzuri.
Stephanie Gugu, Lookuptv.
Crossing over to the coast, and a family in Kilifi County is appealing for financial help to treat their 2.5-year-old daughter who is suffering from a recurrent brain tumor. As Yasmin Maina now reports, the family urgently needs 10 million shillings for specialized cancer treatment in India.
Despite her tender age, Janelle is courageously fighting a recurrent brain tumor, showcasing remarkable resilience in the face of adversity.
Janelle nilimzaa akiwa sawa. Aliachieve milestones vizuri, akaanza hadi kuketi vizuri. Venye alifika miezi 6 ndo akaanza kuweka shingo kwa upande. akapata matibabu, akaekewa neck collar, akakuwa sawa. Kufika mwaka mmoja akaanza kushika na kutembea. Baada ya mwaka mmoja, mwezi mmoja, ndo akaanza kuacha. Anatembea lakini sika kitambo, kuketi akaanza kuwa anataka kusapotiwa. So kwenda hospitali kuonekana. Alafu baada ya muda sasa akaanza kuwa na mwili moto. Kuwa na mwili moto, kwenda hospitali akaanza kufitika. So venye akakaa hospitali na kufitika, tukakuwa requested tufanye MRI ya brain. MRI ya brain ikaonyesha kuna brain tumor.
Janelle's journey has been incredibly tough as she's already endured 2 surgeries and 6 cycles of chemotherapy at Kenyatta National Hospital.
Mwenye alionyesha kuna brain tumor tukiwa Kemri Kilifi on 27th January, tukatumwa Kenyatta National Hospital. So tukafika Kenyatta National Hospital, tukakuwa admitted. Tarehe 29 akaenda theater, akaekewa shunt mpira from the brain to the stomach ku reduce hiyo pressure yenye ilikuwa inapeana kwa kichwa juu ya hiyo tumor. Tukaendelea hivyo, tarehe 2 akafanyiwa craniotomy, hiyo the first brain surgery. After kufanyiwa akakaa ICU kwa muda, alafu baada hiyo tukangojea majibu ya hiyo tumor ilitolewa. Majibu ilipotoka ikasema ni cancer.
Despite reaching out to various organizations, the Habu Gunga, Janelle's mother, is still awaiting responses, raising against time with a heartfelt appeal to the public to help save her daughter's life.
So kwa tunaomba hisani na mtu yote mwenye atagusika na hii story, because Janelle ana nguvu na she deserves a chance at life. So mtu yote anaweza tusupport, tutashukuru sana, ndo apate her life saving treatment.
Jasmine Maina, Lookuptv.
The National Peace and Conflict Management has launched a new initiative in 6 North Rift counties in a bid to promote peace and education among the youth, urging them to lay down their weapons and embrace education to secure a brighter future. This and more from the counties.
A meeting centered on peace building and conflict management among women, elders and the youth in the 6 counties, Samburu, Baringo, West Pokot, Marakwet, Laikipia and Turkana, that are affected by insecurity and lack of peace in the North Rift. The youth were urged to drop the guns and weapons and instead focus on their education.
It is the young boys, commonly known as Morans here, who are utilized, or they initiate on their own issues that affect peace and conflict management. So the youth, we are saying, drop the guns, drop the weapons, take up the pen and the book. That is where a lasting solution to peace is in the North Rift.
The much-awaited subdivision of the multi-billion Prime Kibiko communal land in Kajiado remains uncertain after the 2 functions, Moses Monique and Moses Paranchai, contesting for the chairman position, were declared winners in sham election, seeking to be a legitimate chairperson of the 2,800-acre communal land.
Kekonyokie community wameweza kunichagua.
It is my greatest joy today to stand here, having been sworn in as a chairman of this community.
Garissa residents have hit out at Kenha, Kura and Kera for substandard work after the authorities given the responsibility of building roads in Garissa town build low standard roads. Speaking to the press, the chairman of the National Livestock Marketing Council, Dubat Amey, said that over the years the roads agency have not lived up to expectations when it's come to delivering quality work.
Hii mji ya Garissa ikinyesha, hii mabarabara maji naingia manyumba zetu, kwa sababu hakuna proper drainage system. Contractor na watu wa Kura sijui wanazungumzanga mchana au usiku.
Naomi Akoth, Lookuptv.
Time to get sporty, and the Tana Athi River Development Authority has embarked on a sensitization forum on environmental conservation through soccer and sports activities. Marking World Environment Day in Embu County, Tara noted that the initiative aims to encourage the youth to participate in planting and nurturing of trees to achieve the national target of 15 billion trees. Now, thank you very much for making time to be with us this particular evening. Those are the stories that we had for you here on The Insight. Do have yourself a wonderful night, and like always, God bless.